Okay, the question is, what are the ways that multifamily syndicators make money on the deals? And by the way, multifamily syndicators are also known as general partners. They're also known as sponsors. So you might hear those terms from other people used interchangeably. The first primary way is an acquisition fee. And that is you being compensated for putting the deal together, your time up until that point, and the fee that I've seen being charged is anywhere from 1 to 5%. I've heard upwards to 5% in certain seminars I've attended, but I haven't actually seen that in real life. And I've seen as low as actually a little bit less than 1% on my first deal. I charged a little bit less than 1% because I didn't even know about an acquisition fee because there wasn't a video like this for me to watch. And I actually backed into it after I talked to investors, and it was a very awkward conversation. So I recommend first watching videos like this before you do your first deal. That way you know that this is a fee that you should be charging and is market rate. Second, the range is 1 to 5%. So let's just say 2%, for example, if you charge that, then on $1 million purchase price, so it's the percentage is based on the purchase price. On $1 million purchase price, then 2% would be a $20,000 acquisition fee paid at closing. Second primary way is an asset management fee, and that can be charged based on the percent of income that is collected every month. So for example, say 2% might be industry standard, is industry standard from what I've seen. Or I've seen some syndicators charge a cost per unit per year for their asset management. I've seen $250 per unit per year charged for asset management. I don't like that approach because it doesn't show alignment of interest. Regardless of how the property is doing, you're still receiving $250 per unit per year. I like the alignment of interest by getting a percentage of what the property collects every month. For example, say 2% of income collected every month that's paid out to the syndicator monthly. Lastly, and again, there are many ways to make money, but these are the three primary ways. Lastly is getting ownership interest in the entity that owns the property. For example, that can be anywhere from 10% upwards to 60-70% for the general partner. It just depends on the deal. It depends on how much money you put into it, as well as the overall opportunity for the investors. And I'll just a typical example, say the limited partners, so your investors get 70% and then you would get 30%. So that 30% is the money that is, or is the ownership interest that equates into dollars once you refinance or sell the property. Doesn't mean a whole lot when you have the property in terms of cash in pocket, but it is a carrot for you for later in order to perform during the process, during the ownership, because later those ownership interests, once you perform for the investors, turn out to be significant dollars at the end. If you like this tip, then subscribe below, and we'll talk to you soon.